Well, I mean, Keefe gets arrested 5 years later. When you heard that, did it bring any level of closure to the situation?
I think it was one of them things where I said he get what came to him. You understand? It would never bring Pac back, but for him to be able to, he spoke what came to him, he brought that to himself. You understand? So it's like you brought it to yourself. You living in a country that have laws. You understand? It's not like you're in a lawless country that you can say whatever you want. So you living in a country, you openly saying you participated in a murder and you got arrested. That comes with the territory. It would never bring Pac back. It would never change, losing someone like Pac. But, it's a situation where, because I believe in the next life, even if we get away with things this life, we will face it in the next life. That's my beliefs,
Well, I just interviewed Billy Garland, Tupac's biological dad.
Yes, yeah.
He said he doesn't care about Keefe D getting arrested for the murder of his son. He said that doesn't bring any closure. He doesn't care about the arrest. And in fact, he feels that Keefe and Orlando were just patsies, that it was part of a bigger story, whether it's Suge or the government or something like that. In 2023, Keefe D gets arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur. When you found out about the arrest, what did you think?
About time. It took so long.
Did it bring any sort of closure in your mind?
No, none whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
You just bring closure in identifying the patsies who were involved, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't really want to get into detail of what I believe.
What do you think about that?
I don't think it was part of no government. I don't even think Suge had anything to do with it. I think it is what really happened. Pac fought Orlando Anderson. He was known to be an active gang member. You know what I mean? What happens in California, West Coast, pretty much everywhere in America now, people want to retaliate. When you fight an individual, the street code, they're going to want to retaliate. You know what I mean? So I think it really was simple as that. Pac fought an individual who was known to be an active gang member in Compton. And, he's not going to go back to his hood and probably just lay down and let that happen to him. Most of the people, especially in their early 20s, we do a lot of, a lot of crazy things because of egotistics and our pride. You understand? Our pride kicked in, our ego kicked in, and especially for him, who was known, they said he was a killer. So if you say that a rapper did this to you, it probably really hurt his ego where he felt like now he have to go retaliate.
Well, I know that I've talked to a few people that were close to Afeni and her sister. And they both felt, Afeni before she passed and her sister at this point, from what I was told, they do not care about anyone getting arrested for the murder. And they never did. They never did. It was never, they never pursued this. They never investigated it. They never put any money into it. They just basically, because of their dealings with the police and the government, the Black Panthers and COINTELPRO, putting another black man in prison just wasn't something that they aspired to. But I can tell you that I did hear from some of the family members that they did thank me through some other people about my participation.
Yeah, because you open that, man, you open the first conversation about it openly from what we know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had no intention of putting Keefe D in prison. That was not my goal. I just wanted the real story out there, and he had already written the book. And we read through the book, and I'm like, are you willing to talk about what you wrote in the book? And they were like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, well then I'll go ahead and do the interview. The book is on Amazon. It is what it is. But when he got arrested, Las Vegas PD kept calling me and texting me, trying to get my original footage, and I always just ignored them. I always felt like I'm not participating.
You a journalist?
I'm a journalist. I'm not participating any more than I already have. Like,
I see, yeah.
What I recorded is out there. There's really no hidden footage that I held back or nothing else like that. So they're really barking up a wrong tree anyways. But yeah, I'm not getting on the stand. I'm not doing all this extra shit. Whatever footage is out there, if they ask me if it's real, I'll tell them it's real. But that's the end of it. I'm not looking to insert myself into this trial. Whatever Keefe has going on with the state of California, or the state of Nevada, actually, is between him and Nevada. That's it.
I feel you, bro. Yeah. You doing your job as a journalist. Unfortunately, a lot of people come on these platforms and they just run their mouths, and then they get surprised as if they don't know that when you openly talk about breaking the law, you think only criminals watching you. the police is also watching you. I never understood that. You know, even when people get online and threaten people, and I just never understood that type of stuff.
It's clout.
Clout, yes.
It's clout. It's clout, man. And well, you know that you could get a lot of attention very quickly by saying something negative about someone else when both parties know about the relationship. Look, if I said a whole bunch of crazy stuff about you as we're doing this interview, it would go viral.
Yeah,
right?
I know. So, you know, there's somebody, I don't even want to mention their name. They trying to do something like that now, and I'm just ignoring it. You know, I'm like, I see you trying to pull something out of me, and you don't want to talk privately, but you want to talk in comments. It shows that, you know, people don't got time for this, bro. But it's the age, I guess it's the time we living in.